Why are you so quiet, y'all?
يا وش تريدين؟ عبالي بس اصورك انا.
No, you are. I'm not gonna include it in the video.
اوكي دي الله. ايش مدريني.
For the boureg, you're gonna need onions, garlic, potatoes, carrots, peas, pastry sheets, kuba seasoning and biryani seasoning, which if you aren't familiar with, I've got some information about them in the description. And then I've also got some mixed herbs and chili flakes, which are optional. So in terms of the pastry for the boureg, there's a couple of options. This is the one that I normally like to use, not this specific brand, but just this type of pastry sheet because it's quite light, so it makes for obviously quite a light boureg, which is nice. But then you can also use these ones here, which are obviously, as you can see, proper spring roll pastry sheets. So they're a little bit thicker, but they obviously get quite crispy and crunchy, which is nice. And yeah, that's it. Let's get into the recipe.
شفت منظر الغروب جميل ازاي؟
الدنيا فيها حاجات حلوة كتير.
وأجمل ما فيها الحب. ما قلتليش. إيه رأيك؟
في إيه؟
في الحب.
Gonna start off with the biryani spices. Normally I don't really measure, so I'm gonna try to roughly measure it so that I can have the written recipe in the description. So I'm gonna start off with a tablespoon and then just kind of, or maybe a couple of tablespoons, and see where we're at. And then I'm gonna do the same with the kuba seasoning. I'll maybe just add a tablespoon of this so it's not too much right now. And then I'm gonna add some salt. I can always add in more salt later, so I don't want to add too much right now. And again, with the olive oil, I'm just gonna kind of roughly measure. So that's 1 tablespoon, 2, 3, 4. That's good for now. And I'm just gonna mix up. So I'm just going to do the same with the carrots, but I've got a little bit less carrots than potatoes, so I'm just going to season accordingly. So I'm going to add in some salt. I'll add in just about a tablespoon this time of biryani seasoning, and about a tablespoon of kuba seasoning, and some olive oil. So I'm just gonna stick this on the tray and stick it in the oven with the potatoes. Okay, good. So the onions have been sauteing for just a few minutes, so I'm gonna add in my chopped garlic. So the onions and garlic have been sauteing together for a few minutes, so I'm just gonna add in a few more things. So again, I'm gonna season it with a little bit of salt. And I'm gonna add in some chili flakes. I can't handle too much spice, so I'm only gonna add in a little bit just to give it a little bit of a kick. Obviously, if you like more, add more. If you don't like spice at all, don't add any. It's probably just gonna be about a teaspoon or so. I'll give that a mix. And then I'm also gonna add in those mixed herbs that I also showed you. Probably again, around between a teaspoon and a tablespoon. That sizzle. So I've got the potatoes and the carrots out of the oven. They ended up only taking about 15 minutes because obviously they're chopped really small. So I'm just going to add them in with the onions and peas and just mix them out. Mix them about. Can't speak English. My days, it's a mountain of vegetables. Okay, definitely if you have a bigger pan, use the biggest pan you've got. Okay, so obviously I've just added in the potatoes and carrots and I'm just gonna mix. Bear in mind, if you do go out and get one of those biryani seasonings or kuba seasonings, they do tend to have a good bit of black pepper in them, so it does have just a little bit of spice. So bear that in mind just if you're sensitive to spice. So I'm just gonna, but it's a bit heavy. Just gonna transfer it over. Just gonna add in just a little bit more salt. Obviously salt to taste. It's a bit, I'm not going to tell you how much salt to put on your food. And then I'm going to add in some fresh parsley, just to give it a bit of green, give it a bit of life, you know. So to wrap the boureg, I'm just putting, as you can see, a little bit of water around the edges, just so it can stick together nicely when I fold it over. And then I'm just putting just a couple of tablespoons of the filling at the top, and these triangle ones are nice and easy. You just fold in the sides, roll it up. But they are a little bit delicate, so if you do use these ones, just be gentle with them. As you can see, mine kind of broke a little bit, and then I'll just use some water to seal it up. And then with the spring roll ones, I've just got them, obviously, again, as you can see, just kind of diagonally. And then I'm just sticking, again, just a couple of tablespoons of the filling at the top corner, and I'm just gonna roll them up, bring in the edges, finish rolling them up, and then use the water to just kind of seal them up at the end, and that's it. Okay, so I've got my boureg wrapped and ready to be fried / baked. So I've fried / baked the boureg, as you saw, and these ones here, the ones made with that kind of thin pastry, are the ones that I'm most looking forward to trying, to be honest. So I'm gonna give them a little taste test. They're really good. Yeah. It's funny because when I tried the filling on its own, it tasted a little bit too spicy, but with like wrapped with the pastry and everything, it's perfect for me. So like I said, if you like a bit of spice, maybe add a little bit more chili flakes. So good. Finish that off later. But then I'm also going to try the baked one. If you don't like to deep fry things, they're still really good baked, so I would still definitely recommend them. But I mean, of course, the fried ones are even better. Just for a treat, you know, not every day. Don't need to have fried food every day, but they are really, really good. So I hope some people try them and that you enjoy them. And thanks for watching. I think that's it. Also, for full transparency, just in case anyone watches this who's vegan and thought this was a fully vegan / plant-based whatever recipe, it is. These ones are. And these spring roll ones used to be like egg and dairy free. So I didn't even think to check the ingredients before I bought them. But it turns out they have milk in them now, which I don't know why they've added, but they do. So if you are vegan or plant-based, whatever, avoid these ones. Maybe just go with the thin ones. They're still really good. So I'm just going to leave these for my wee mum, and I'm going to have all of these. Okay, that's it. Thank you.